So this is going to be a performance of Juan Tamariz is pure olive oil and water, which I reviewed 2 days ago. Well, I didn't like review the trick, but I like reviewed the book where it came from, if that makes sense, right? So that's that's whatever, right? But essentially the plot of oil and water, which is what I'm going to perform now, is it's basically just the fact that red cards represent oil and black cards represent water. And so the reason why black cards represent and so the reason why we have that is because it's because what was it? It was because oil and water actually don't tend to mix well together. If you remember, like grade school science, they actually gave you the explanation of it having like different densities, but the actual wait, hold up. That's not. Wait, why are there so many extra cards? Wait. Anyways, yeah. So, if you actually remember the explanation that was given to you by your teacher in grade school, it's actually that they said that it was because of object density, and that's not always the case. It's always it's actually because of something known as polarity. So oil molecules are non-polar molecules, while water molecules are polar. So non-polar molecules can only mix with non-polar molecules. So that's why they don't mix. But so that's too much science in one day. But essentially the density explanation isn't actually wrong. It's actually somewhat accurate, but just not for oil and water. So if we actually look at something like sand or granite, then they actually sand and stone, they actually don't mix, but they don't mix they do mix, but if you actually give them a little shake, then they actually do tend to separate. So in this case, if I do actually just give them a little shake like so, then you'll notice that they'll actually separate in color, right? So here we have all the red cards, and then we have all the black cards elsewhere, correct? So why did I say correct? I didn't even show it yet. But here we have all the red cards separated in one group, and all the black cards separated in another group. And that's because of, again, of object density. We'll pretend that red cards are denser than black cards. But if that happens with this small packet, then what do you think happens with the rest of the deck? And that is a nice black and red separation, just like with the smaller packet.